It has shaped our character as a people with limitless possibilities. People not trapped by our past, but able to remake ourselves as we choose. But today, our immigration system is broken, and everybody knows it. Families who enter our country the right way and play by the rules watch others flout the rules. Business owners who offer their workers good wages and benefits see the competition exploit undocumented immigrants by paying them far less. All of us take offense to anyone who reaps the rewards of living in America without taking on the responsibilities of living in America.
He's a racist. We would have never been in this mess if it wasn't for the former corrupt senile President Joe Biden leaving the border wide open his entire term, allowing millions of illegal immigrants to flood into our system. And now that President Trump is implementing what he ran on, which was closing up the border, they seem to have a problem with it. Okay, and I did a short, you guys, I don't think it's posted yet on YouTube, but I did a short talking about how, you know, the reason why these Democrats are going so hard for these illegal immigrants and against ICE, and they're using their bought and paid for liberal media, is because when you had 4 years and they practically opened up the border on day one of Biden's installation, in my opinion. And the whole entire time he was in office, they allowed millions of people to come over here, even reportedly flew them in the middle of the night. Okay, put them up in luxury hotels, provided them with free food, cell phones, and everything. When you do that, you're doing it for a purpose. And that purpose, in my opinion, was to create a whole new voter base. Because if you look at the election map of 2024, which was pretty much the Red Sea, red all across, you will know that the American people as a whole were tired and are tired of the Democrat Communist Party. Okay, so this was done systematically so that they could create a new voter base. You come in, we'll give you all these free benefits. Don't forget to vote blue, no matter who. But I just wanted to share with you some clips, you guys, tonight regarding this issue, because ICE has been made a big deal out of ever since President Trump was reelected in a landslide, if I might say. And this is what he ran on, and this is what mainly one of the main things that the American people wanted, for the border to be closed. Okay, so let's start off with Tucker Carlson. This was actually during President Trump's first term, when he was talking about sending illegal immigrants after the left kept pressing him about illegal immigrants because they wanted to put it in the media that he was a racist. He don't want people to come over. You know, he's saying that they're rapists and they're killers and all of this stuff that, you know, Trump was on record saying how they were sending the worst of the worst people across the borders, emptying out their mental institutions. He said this repeatedly. Other countries are emptying out their mental institutions and their prisons and dumping those people into our country. Okay, and I would think, why in the world would we want criminals to be in our country? And then I said, well, maybe the left had a plan to use these people to stage chaos in our country. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of. Makes sense to me. But here's Tucker Carlson when he was talking about how President Trump was finally agreeing or considering allowing illegal immigrants to come in. And I remember I saw a clip of him saying, you want them? I will let them come in. I will give you an unlimited supply. And he was talking about sending them straight to those sanctuary cities, those blue stronghold cities. So let's go and see what Tucker had to say.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. What if someone you hated offered to pay off your mortgage, put your kids through college, or deliver a tractor trailer full of Snickers bars to your house? Well, you'd be confused at first and suspicious. Why is an enemy giving you the gift of a lifetime?
Right.
But in the end, if you were smart, you would take the gift.
Sure do.
It would be too good to pass up. Well, something very much like that happened in Washington last night. The Washington Post reported that the Trump administration has been debating moving some of the thousands of migrants now massing on our southern border into various self-proclaimed sanctuary cities across the United States. The president later confirmed that as true in a tweet. As of tonight, that policy remains under consideration. Talk about great news
Right.
for blue America.
Yes,
The left
diversity.
loves impoverished immigrants from the developing world, and why wouldn't they? They make our cities safer, they tell us. They improve our schools. They provide the backbone of our economy. They do the work that we won't do.
Right.
They are diverse. They are our strength. They are the best of America, even though technically they're not Americans. Sanctuary cities love them best of all. That's why they've become sanctuaries for illegal immigrants. Every Democrat now running for president has affirmed this repeatedly.
If you could, would you take the wall down now? Here.
Yes.
Like you have a wall.
Absolutely.
Knock it down.
Offer a home to refugees. That is who we are. That's our values. That's part of what we do.
So
instead
noble.
of building a wall or closing the border, we should choose compassion instead of cruelty.
We welcome refugees and bring people out of the shadows.
Immigration
Shut
is
up.
not.
First of all, what does building a wall have to do with having compassion? Have compassion on the American people and build the wall. Okay, he's saying instead of building a wall, we should have compassion. You should have compassion on the taxpayers that are funding these people. I guarantee you guys, if these people wouldn't be able to come over here, and which President Trump is cutting out a lot of this now, if they weren't able to get welfare and housing assistance and be able to get business loans with tax-free business loans, might I add, for several years, if they weren't able to get all these benefits, okay, they wouldn't even come. We wouldn't have to worry about building a wall. Okay, I don't know no other country you can go to and just walk in and going straight to the welfare office and get all these benefits. I don't know no other country you can do that in. Okay, it's ridiculous that they're doing this, and it's a system to keep them in rulership. Okay, because it's a trade-off. I'll give y'all some benefits, y'all give us our votes, and we stay on top. We get to continue to keep people, the American people, in bondage for the most part. That's why when you go to these communities, especially in minority areas, you guys, it's every nationality of people, every ethnic group, but moreover than the black race, have a business. Okay, they have businesses set up almost on every corner. It's a shame. And then these same Negroes, excuse my language, want to sit up here and bash Trump when he's actually working in favor of us by cutting out redlining, which is one of his policies, which was they were discriminating against Black Americans from getting business loans. Okay, so he cut that, and if, like I said, when you come to our communities, what do you see? You see Latino tire shops, Latino insurance companies, grocery stores. You see Korean nail and hair shops. Okay, Chinese food places. I mean, every ethnic group of people have a business in Black areas. And why do you think they're able to come over here and do that? Because they're getting help. The help that you can't get from the same party that claims to care so much about you. Let's continue.
Security issue. It is an economic and a humanitarian and a family issue. There is no such thing as an illegal human.
Wow, there's no such thing as an illegal human. I wonder if you'll be able to say that in hell.
Such thing as an illegal human. Good point, Kirsten Gillibrand. We appreciate your eloquence.
Or heaven.
Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf believes that so deeply that last year she warned illegal immigrants in her city, including several criminals, that an ICE raid was coming. She wanted to give them time to flee, and they did. As she later explained, she had no choice. All good people want more illegal immigrants in.
But first of all, let me just say this. Don't that seem familiar? Because during Trump's second term, these people were doing the same thing. You had judges harboring illegal immigrants. You had them starting up some type of app online where they were tracking ICE and informing people of when ICE was, coming to their area so that they can leave. I mean, going out of their way. If these people worked half as hard on doing what we, the people, want and request and need, then they wouldn't have problems. But they have these problems because they are not for we, the people. They are for their own selves.
Cities.
It is a continued perpetuation of a racist lie that
immigrants are not valued members of our society.
See how they like to
we
play
in
that up?
Oakland know better.
Bull
we in
crap.
Oakland have a community that welcomes and honors all people, no matter where they came from or how they got here.
So nice.
In Oakland, they're welcoming. In fact, the whole state is welcoming. In his inaugural address this spring, the incoming governor of California, Gavin Newsom, echoed those words. Everyone can come to California.
And
He
sleep
said,
on the
absolutely
ground
everyone.
because he has a lot of homelessness. I think
Let's
his
build
state is number one
a
in
house
homelessness.
stronger than the coming storms, yet open to the world.
Wow.
A house that provides shelter to all who need
Holding
it
the sun.
and sanctuary
Yes.
to all who seek it. We will not have one.
Hold up. You see how this dude got this little boy, he hold him with a little pacifier, got his hair slicked back. I heard somebody say he looks like a president just because he have some form of decent look. Okay, but this is a governor that had a recall, or that had like 2 recalls, I believe, that in his state. They were trying to recall him on 2 occasions. For some reason, he just managed to escape it. He's also reportedly the nephew of the reportedly insider trading Nancy Pelosi, insider trader, I should say, Nancy Pelosi. These people are crooks, you guys. Try to look so poised and put together and dignified and say the right things, but you don't give a darn about illegal immigrants. You don't even give a darn about people in your own state. Number 1, homelessness. Number 1 in homelessness.
House for the rich and one for the poor, or one for the native born and one for the rest.
It should
So
be
the
a house.
left really couldn't
Hold
be
up.
clearer
I'm sorry,
on
you
this
guys.
question.
I got to
All
talking a little bit
immigration
too
is
much.
good.
Let's go back and see what he said again about that house.
A house that provides shelter to all who need it and sanctuary to all who seek it. We will not have one house for the rich and one for the poor, or one for the native born and one for the rest.
I thought I heard him. I thought I heard
the
him
left
right.
really-
And that's interesting how he says that. And like I said, his state doesn't even have enough houses, I guess, because they're illegal immigrants. If people sleeping all over the sidewalks, you know, while he's talking about houses. Let's continue, Tucker.
Be clearer on this question. All immigration is good. More immigration is better. There is no distinction between legal and illegal varieties of immigration.
Right.
And if you disagree with any of this, you are a white nationalist.
I'm not.
That's what
but I
they
agree
said
with
almost
it.
every day for the past 2 years. We've watched carefully, and so have you. And now here, completely out of the blue, comes the man they despise most in the world, Donald J. Trump,
he's stopping their
offering them
corruption.
the one thing they want more than anything: more immigrants, immediately, delivered right to their door
For their
at
votes.
federal expense. Well, it must have been like Christmas morning. You think you're getting another pair of socks, and yet there it is, a pony tethered to your mailbox. Holy smokes, amazing. Best day of your life. But that's not how they responded. The left wasn't happy about Trump's offer. They were
What?
shocked, and they were completely enraged.
So right when President Trump decides to go ahead and offer what these people, you see how we need, everyone deserves a home. There's no such thing as an illegal human. We shouldn't build the wall. We should have compassion. So when President Trump says, okay, I'll give you your illegal immigrants. I'll give you an unlimited supply, and I'll send them straight to your sanctuary cities. Then all of a sudden it was a problem. Remember when the border states, I think it was Texas and Florida, Governor DeSantis and Governor Abbott started busing people up to up north, and I think they sent them to Martha's Vineyard, and Martha's Vineyard used the army and got them people out of there the same day. So it's not convenient when it comes to their areas, but it's convenient when it comes to minority areas that are already suffering, for them to allow other people to just flood into the country illegally and reap benefits that they have not earned. Continue, Tucker.
What this is, they said, it's dumping. Dumping, like what you do with garbage or used truck tires in the woods.
Oh.
The headline of Mother Jones read, Donald Trump wants to dump asylum seekers on the streets of American cities, democratic cities. Busing people, wrote the Washington Post Greg Miller, to dump them in cities, just to punish political rivals.
But that's what y'all
In the
wanted.
view of Harry Siegel at the Daily Beast, quote, the White House wanted to dump refugees in sanctuary cities. Siegel called that idea nasty.
So have you tried to put a
You
CD?
guys, I'm going to stop it there. I don't want to go into that commercial. But yeah, that's practically what Tucker did. He did a documentary just pretty much showing what we see every day, which is the hypocrisy of these Democrat politicians, moreover. And I just find it so interesting how they are so like gung-ho on fighting against ICE, and which is a lawful, is used to impose the law. These people claim that no one is above the law, but they don't like to enforce the law, especially when it doesn't benefit their agenda. But I want to go ahead and flip over here to Jasmine Crockett. She's a soon-to-be former Texas congresswoman. She lost her primary, her Senate race, I should say. She lost here recently, and I don't know what she's going to be doing, but whatever she's going to be doing, she won't be doing it in Texas. Let's see what she had to say about ICE enforcing the law.
Kidnapping folk and you throwing them out of the country against their civil rights, against their constitutional rights. And frankly, how would they feel if some other country decided that they were going to just start throwing people randomly in our country? Like that is absolutely insane. So yes, all I gotta say is y'all need to get these fools out of here.
Hold up. I gotta listen to that again, because it didn't make a lick of sense to me. Did y'all understand what she was saying? Let's try it again.
Concern you randomly kidnapping folk and you throwing them out of the country against their civil rights, against their constitutional rights.
I'm sorry, but I didn't know that illegal citizens had constitutional rights. They're not U.S. citizens. They're not legal U.S. citizens, number one. Second of all, they're randomly kidnapping people. No, they're enforcing the law, which means that when you come in illegally, you got to get the hell up out of here if you get caught. Okay? That's just like saying like a police officer kidnapping a person that committed a crime to take them to jail. Yeah, make it make sense, you guys. That's one of the reasons why she's lost, and another reason why our president referred to her as a very low IQ person. Makes sense.
They feel if some other country decided that they were going to just start throwing people randomly in our country. Like that is absolutely insane.
Okay, you just said, how would they feel if some other country decided that they were going to start randomly throwing other people in our country? That's okay. Now I ain't finna try to understand stupid. She ain't making a lick of goddamn sense. And that's one of the reasons why she's out of there. Democrats used her and tossed her to the side, just like they did Biden and others that are no longer useful. And so to end this off, you guys, viewer discretion is advised. This is an everyday American. This is, pretty much how a lot of people feel. It's called illegal immigrant fatigue. Right here, if you see that, the video, illegal fatigue. And like I said, viewer discretion is advised, because this man is going to go off. I can't beep out everything, but here's him, everyday American citizen, expressing their frustration regarding illegal immigrants.
All these fucking illegal ass immigrants in this motherfucker, and I gotta stand outside? Fuck you! Fuck you, white bitch!
Missed it.
I hate you, illegal immigrant motherfuckers! And I hope I beat you bitches! Take you back to those shitholes! And I'm gonna see you again, my bitch. For shit show, man. I'm gonna make sure you mind your fucking business.
Oh, missed it.
I'm some fucking illegal immigrants.
Yep, you guys, so he was just frustrated because he, a lot of people are, not being able to get the services and goods that they need, because the country has been flooded with people that have come over here and pretty much, over what's the word I'm looking for? Pretty much have just bogged down the system, I should say. When you have all these people come over here, they go straight to the hospital, get all of this free health care. Meanwhile, American citizens here, they need, to see a doctor, or they need to get in. They have to be on a waiting list. And Lord knows now how long it takes to get a driver's license and stuff. Like literally you have to wait now 3, 4, 5, 6 months just to get a driver's license, because these people are just flooding into the system. I don't know what's going to become of it, you guys. These Democrats, they are fighting tooth and nail to try to keep these people here. But hopefully, Trump will continue doing what he ran on, which is what the American people vote, why the American people voted for him, which is to get these people that were brought over here from the former corrupt senile president out of here. Okay? And so that's my thoughts on it, you guys. Let me know yours in the comments, and I will see you later.